Hi, my beautiful collective. Okay, so you guys, first of all, I can't believe we've been growing how we've been growing. If I'm being honest, when I first started this YouTube channel, I was not expecting to even get as many of you as there is. So that's wild and crazy. I am forever grateful if you guys resonate with my messages at all, even just a little. Like, this channel was actually supposed to be just like a podcast. I don't know, it turned into this. But yeah, I'm forever grateful for each and every one of you guys, and I hope you guys are taking care of yourselves, truly, okay? I guess I'm just gonna, see what messages come in with the energy that I've been getting lately, and then we'll like move in with the cards. I just feel like it's more natural for me to do it that way than start off with, reading cards right off of the bat, just because I like energy to process and take its time so I can understand it, what's happening around me, and like what I'm actually getting, and if it's truly something that resonates with me. And I only speak on things that do resonate with me and call to me for a purpose and a reason. And I do feel like the ways that I interpret the messages that I do get, I do feel called to share them, and I feel like everything does happen for a reason, and if we connect in that way, then I'm forever grateful. You guys have no idea. But yeah, I guess we'll just get into this message. I hope you guys are taking care of yourselves. I hope you're good. I know moving into this next season of fall and then winter, these are the heaviest seasons, okay? I know this from experience, and I just know this by things that I've observed and picked up on. Fall and winter are the heaviest seasons to go through as a human, okay? It's not only about going inward and reflecting. It's not only about hibernation. It's not only about really reassessing your life and what works for you, and figuring out how it truly helps you move forward, okay? If I only say this because we're moving into that season right now, but I've just been picking up heavily like by the weather and just interpreting messages that way as well, and just knowing that it's really lonely in the fall and winter seasons, and it's a season for you to recuperate, to reserve your energy, to go inward and reflect, and also hibernate. But continue to move forward, okay? Continue to enjoy your life. Continue to ground your energy. Continue to work on your goals. Don't stop, okay? I've seen a lot of people just like give up on their goals, okay? I've seen a lot of people just give up on themselves. A lot of people give up on their goals. A lot of people not motivated, especially in these seasons, just because things are brought back around as like reminders, or again, things that like, I guess, make you feel a certain way about yourself. And it's because you're in this reflection period. It's because you're going inward, or pushed to go inward, as it gets, colder outside, as it gets darker, as it gets maybe a little bit unpredictable for some people. It gets silent. It gets calmer though. That's something that I've noticed. The energy usually settles down and it gets calmer. I don't know if you've experienced this or if you've noticed this at all, but it does get lonely. It gets real lonely, and like having somebody understand you, or having somebody see you, and having somebody to talk to as you go through this is really important. And I feel like it's vital, especially during these seasons coming up, because people get seasonal depression. That's an actual thing. And I used to not know what that was. I used to not really think that it was a thing. I used to not really believe in it. But I've seen it a lot, and I can resonate with it. I connect with it. So this is just me saying to like continue to stay motivated regardless of what's going on, regardless of the things that you see, the distractions that might come up. Please connect to something that truly lifts you up and brings up your spirits. This could be an activity, this could be a hobby, this could be something that you like to do daily. I know it gets harder in these seasons to like work out the body, but like I'm being called to say like make sure you're just keeping your health, you know, as one of your priorities in life, especially during these seasons coming up, because if anything else, that's the main thing that you should pay attention to. Okay, your health. Everything is connected to your health. When it all comes down to, it's connected to your health. Okay, your health is your wealth for a reason. Your mindset is important. Okay, I'm just picking up the message to connect to an activity, connect to a hobby, connect to something that you can do daily. It doesn't have to be every single day. It could be at most every week if you can get around to it. Something that really helps you ground your own energy and makes you feel lighter, makes you feel like you have clarity, makes you feel like you're enjoying your time doing it. Okay, this could either be an activity or this could be a person that you can confide in, that you can go to and talk to. Okay, that you can celebrate with, that you can have a good time with, that you can feel good around, that you can be yourself around. That's really important too, to have like the people in your life that you can go to whenever you feel like something here is about to like happen for you, or you feel like around this time you feel a certain way about yourself and you have nothing to connect to. I would say go to somebody specifically that feels like they bring that like warmth energy to you, or make you feel calm, make you feel like motivated in life. I know animals are really good for that too, healing the energy around you. If you feel like you just had a bad day, or if you feel like you need to clear your mind, or you just don't want to be around a lot of people, go in a quiet space for yourself. Connect more with your animals is really good to help heal that and to help calm your energy down, especially if you have anxiety. But that's what I've been picking up today, is just like, it's 4:04 right now, finding stability when things feel unstable or uncertain, or you feel like you're gonna have this feeling of like, I know when this time rolls around, I normally feel this way. It's kind of like I'm getting the urge to tell you to kind of help your brain rewire itself into not dreading these seasons, into shaping it into something completely new and different, and actually motivational for you, and actually something that works in your favor instead of it working against you. And it's not something to be ashamed of, you know, like it wasn't only till like how many years ago, 2020, 2021, I think 2020, people started being more open about their anxiety. People started being more open about the thoughts that they have about being sad, being depressed, and now it's more socially acceptable, which I feel like it should have always been socially acceptable because we're only human. But you would even see it in music, and you would see it in conversations on podcasts, people talking more about mindfulness, people talking more about feeling depressed and not knowing what to do. Like, that is completely normal. I've noticed and I've observed that it's not even about having an answer to it. It's mostly about having somebody to listen to you talk, or just have somebody to sit with you while you go through that. Or I'm not saying make the other person feel bad, I'm saying if you have somebody that's in your life that understands that kind of emotion and that motion that you need to actually go through and process, like just hang around them. Sometimes it's hard for people to admit that they're sad or admit that they have anxiety or admit that they're depressed because they're embarrassed about it, and there's nothing to be embarrassed about. Everybody gets it. Everybody is human. Okay, nobody's happy 24/7 all of the time, but a lot of it comes around these seasons. Okay, you see a lot of it. People really shut themselves off and they shut down and they go in their little cave and they don't come out until they feel like it's safe enough, or it's bright enough, or they feel okay enough, they feel enough to actually come out of that shell, of come out of hibernation. I feel like what helps me whenever I get like that is affirmations, of course, but also prayer, and every day having a goal. Having a goal, set your goals before. Set goals up the day before during these seasons and these months to have something to do that you can finish by the end of the day. Even if it's one task. Usually when, like, if you get up and you have to get ready for work and then you go to work and then you're tired by the end of the day, make it something that's actually realistic that you can get done before you actually end your day. Okay, picking up on the energy more of somebody just feeling like in despair or like lost, or just not feeling like they can count on somebody or trust somebody, and not knowing who they can go to, if they have a community of people to go to or not. They can confide in somebody, to just have somebody listen to them. If you feel like you are that person for somebody, actually be there for them. Listen to them, hear what they have to say. You don't have to advise them on anything in their life. You don't have to give advice on anything that they're going through. It's more so just the presence that that energy needs. Through my classes that I took, I've learned that with coaching people, it's less about what you advise them to do at the end of your session with them, and it's more about what they are willing to tell you that they're going through, that they need to get off their chest, that they can't express to the people around them. It's more so that they confide in you, they trust you enough to let you know what's going on, but also it's just being present with them and letting them know that you understand what they're going through, and it's nothing to be ashamed of. It's, if anything, the awareness that they have for themselves and wanting to be better in their life is something that they should be congratulated on and they should feel good about, because that's initially the first step into getting anywhere. What I'm basically getting from all of this is you feel like a warm hug to somebody on a really long day, on a really long, bad day that they've had. You feel like somebody's safe haven. You feel like somebody's safe space that they can go to, and they could feel like, okay, I don't have to perform. I don't have to be at my best around this person all the time. I can just be myself. I can relax. Even if I'm not feeling 100% and I'm showing that, this person or these people feel so drawn to your energy because you feel like a guiding light to them. You feel like you're just such a bright energy that helps soothe their pain. You know what I'm saying? Like it's giving an energy of a child being sick, and you are the remedy to help them get better, or a remedy to help them get better. Very soft. It feels very like nurturing. It feels aware. It feels reflective. It feels nice to not, need to have everything figured out when it comes to you, collective. It feels like you're just such an understanding person in somebody's life, in many people's lives, and you're truly appreciated, even though people don't express that to you enough, or people don't always express that to you. I'm getting like for some of you, if you resonate with this message so far, you haven't always been told this. Maybe you've never been told this by people in your life. Like, people just expect this from you, you know? Because before I started this recording, I was getting some sort of expectation. I don't know if you were expecting something or if somebody else is expecting something, but it feels more like the collective's energy is more so of an expectation. And that could feel very pressuring at times, to feel like I am expected to act this way. I'm expected to be this for these people. And even when you don't even have it all figured out, if you don't even know who's going to be there for you, who's going to catch you when you fall, who's going to be your go-to person, your ride or die person there for you. Sometimes it's 818. Oh my gosh, and it's 414 right now. The collective that I'm talking to, you don't always have those people in your life. You don't have somebody there to pick you up when you fall, to make you feel better, to be your remedy when you're sick, okay? I want you to know that I feel that for you. I resonate with that heavily, okay? There could be some people in your life or a small group or community that do reflect it to you, that reflect your own stability, your grace, your confidence, your protection is what I'm hearing. That is very, very abundant, might I add. You are heavily protected, okay? You are like a guiding spirit, a guiding light for a lot of people in your life, okay? Don't let outside forces or energy taint that. You know what I mean? Like, don't let anything get to you where it taints who you are naturally. I don't know if people in your life have taken advantage of that, because it feels like you are such an open and willing individual. You don't necessarily let everybody in to your inner world, but I feel like you're such a forgiving and understanding person that people who don't have the best intentions for you often take advantage of that. Often they try to get one over on you, they try to persuade you, they try to tempt you, they try to, you know, get you to be something that you're not. I'm getting a lot of people like almost poking the bear or throwing rocks at you or talking about you or just saying all of these things or making up all of these lies to try to get to you, to see if you'll react or respond in a certain way so they can prove that you're something that you're not. And it's sad because you could be just in their life to present something that is wholesome and good and light for them to see. You could be a reflection for people to see certain things about themselves, or just wanting to uplift people instead of them feeling so dark and heavy and just mean and greedy all the time. And sometimes those energies that you encounter, they're just meant to see that, and then for you to, you know, move on with your life. Not everybody's gonna get it. Not everybody's gonna get you, and that's completely okay. Okay, that's not the point of the message. But it just feels like, oh, that was also one of the songs that I was getting earlier this morning, that I was hearing. Greedy, I'm greedy, I'm greedy, I'm greedy, I'm greedy. Who sings that? It's greedy. Very greedy. I don't know if you resonate with this message. I don't know if there is an energy that's greedy here when it comes to you, or just in general in their own life. They're greedy about something, or some energies want to be greedy of your energy, but that is relevant. Ooh, the sun is coming out. You just feel like a very warm spirit that people want to have close all of the time, and sometimes that's not, I heard available to them. Sometimes that's not an option. Sometimes that can happen because you're an individual, right? You live your own life. And you don't always want to have that energy on you to where it consumes you to be like that energy. But I'm also getting like to the energies you do feel guided to open up to and be of assistance to at some point in your life in some way, to be, obviously open and helpful, okay? Yeah, that's the energy that I'm getting. I feel like there's some sort of transformation going on. I'm hearing somebody seeing the error of their ways. But yeah, it's just the message is to stay mindful, stay aware of what's going on around you and how you're feeling and your energy levels, especially. Okay, I'm gonna pull a couple cards just to see if there was anything else to add on to this message. Let's see if there was anything else. Somebody could be repairing something right now in this season. Somebody could be rebuilding or repairing something. There were cracks when it came to, if you're resonating with this, there were cracks in a situation or relationship that somebody wants to mend here. They're having faith that something is possible, or you're having faith in something being possible. You're aware of what you need to work on. You're aware of what needs to be grounded. You're aware of the roots. It, however, feels like the future of this can be a little bit shaky. I want to understand what that means exactly for this collective. That could mean, if you're resonating with this at all, based on what you've experienced or something that you have personal close to your heart that you want to build on or repair and you still have faith in, it could feel like the ground is a little bit shaky right now because something about the future of this outcome to whatever this is does not feel certain to you. It doesn't feel certain. Is there anything that's to hear at this time? Okay. Somebody could be working through a fear of not believing or having faith in a situation, but I feel like they're repairing that. You could be repairing faith that you have a possibility. Yeah, what did I say? Wow. That's all I'm gonna take. Just confirmation that your health is your wealth, so be mindful. Definitely during these seasons coming up, there might be an uncovering or a truth here expressed to you, or you find out, or it just comes to light one day when you're sitting by yourself reflecting. There's some truth here, and I feel like it's because you're working on your health, you're working on your wellness, you're working on your mindset, everything good for you. That is great. Okay. Continue to stay in that energy. Okay, stay in that energy of nurturing your soul right now. Okay. At the top of the cards, you got creative projects. So this could be a time where you work on creating something, you work on this hobby, you work on this activity that is helping you express yourself in different ways and is helping you mend here. Ultimately, it's helping you heal and mend something that you feel like you can repair or that you can be of assistance to repairing. But that's what I'm getting for this message today. Let me know how this exactly resonates with you guys. But I'll see you guys in the next message.